Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 14th, 2023, and today the topic is Too Good to Be True. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. I hope that you all had a fabulous Friday. Mine was just fine. Y'all know that yesterday was my husband's birthday, so woot, woot, woot. I'm happy for him for a variety of reasons, y'all. Happy to see that he made another year, things of that nature. I'm happy for his recent transition as well, career-wise and whatnot. We believe in having faith that, he's making steps into, again, his purpose and things that Lord has created him to do. And I'm just happy for him, period, man. So shout out to my husband, y'all. Everything like that. We did ended up having a movie night last night. And ironically, the movie we watched was none other than the Cast movie. So shout out to hubby. He actually bought it. And that's what we watched last night for movie night. I ordered in because it was so funny. Like when I was talking to them that morning, I was like, "So family, what should we have for Papa's movie night?" And so NJ starts to say, he goes, "Hamburgers, hot dogs, fries." I'm like, "Kid," and then I was sharing that with my husband. He was like, "Wings." I'm like, and I started to think, I'm like, what can we possibly get all that and do all of that? And I thought about good old crystals. And so that's what I did. I ordered all this different stuff. Like we had the little hot dogs, we had hamburgers, we had chicken, we had fries. And we sat down and watched the Cast movie, and it was a nice time. My son was quoting me and his Uncle Kelvin and our characters, and my husband was laughing. So, hey, it was my first time actually watching it with someone else. So that was nice. I would love to still sit down with the audience one day and watch it, but at the end of the day, man, this is just the first movie for, I guess, me and for CYOWTV and things of that nature. So, I'm thankful, right? I am thankful. Because again, y'all know, I told y'all when it came out that this has been 11 years in the making. And, so yeah, and I share all of that because I feel like it kind of coincides and has something to do with today's topic, right? Because I was reflecting, and this is why I'm recording late, because I spent a lot of time just kind of thinking this morning and getting distracted by other ideas and things and whatnot as well. But throughout that journey this morning, this mental journey that I was on, I was just kind of thinking about like what God has done. And I was thinking about, we're near the end of this year, and there's been so many amazing things that have happened this year that you all know about because you guys have been on this journey with me because I talk to y'all every day. So people that really tune in every day, then y'all have been on this journey and y'all have seen the things in real time. But if I was to just do a quick recap of this year, I was like, it's going to be Abundance 2023. And there's so many amazing things that has happened. But, the year kicked off with my son singing worship. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch my son on video singing Hallelujah on New Year's Eve and things of that nature. And we're a few months into we're a few months into the year. I launched my 2 small groups. I did, a small group centered around this Bible study journey because I was like, maybe some other people want to get on the Bible study journey too. So I started my small groups at the church, and then I also, that was one, and then I also started the Madam Miraculous group as well. And right after that, I ended up getting the job at the church. Again, not knowing that was going to, that door was going to open because I thought that door was closed like last year. But lo and behold, the elementary coordinator position came my way. Soon after that, what happened? I think I ended up getting books for my business. My business was getting booked. I got the private party that ultimately launched me into kicking off the shoe brand that I had been like dreaming about for years. I didn't even keep up with how long I've been working on that, but that gave me the perfect excuse to launch the brand. So that was something amazing that came out this year. And since then, I mean, I have been working on other things as well. This movie being a part, the movie I was mentioning earlier, being a part of the things I've been working on. And there's been ups and downs as well. You know what I mean? There's definitely has been ups and downs because earlier this year, uh, with the things that had happened behind the scenes or whatever, basically, I was done with the movie. Like I told y'all last week, I had washed my hands of the movie. I just was like, I got other ideas and concepts. I'm not even thinking about this no more. Like, it's been 11 years. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's not meant to be. But, we see that again, what happened. We know that also on my birthday. Well, no, actually, there was something else that happened on another significant day. But it hasn't even just been for me, y'all. It's been for my family as well. My mom has been doing amazing things with her organization, Inspirational Outreach. My sister has been doing amazing things with her school and her other business endeavors, my friends and whatnot as well. And so, it's just really been a blessed year. It's been like back to back amazing things happening. And I think from the outside looking in, like people that haven't been on the journey with me, right? Those of y'all that don't listen every day or something like that, y'all may look at my life or whatever, right? And be like, oh, that's too good to be true, right? And I feel that way as well sometimes. I look at the pictures of my family or I look at the pictures of even other people. Like, I'm not just trying to puff me or my situation up. There's plenty of people, like for example, social media or whatever, that have these perfect looking families and these perfect looking marriage and all this beautiful stuff. And I've been very open and transparent with mine because I can only really give my testimony that, hey, at the end of the day, I say it all the time. I'm not perfect. My husband's not perfect, and I've shared with you guys different things that that may be struggles or whatnot in our marriage, or struggles in or behind the scenes or whatever that you guys maybe don't see. But I guess again, I share all of these things to say that ultimately, as I was reflecting on all these different things, the phrase "too good to be true" came into my heart and mind, and it really just resonated because I think, and what the overall message I believe today is, us, for those that question whether God is too good to be true. Well, one, I would say, hey, I'm a living witness, man, because I'm living dreams and visions and ideas and things that the Lord gave me over a decade ago. So God can and will do what he say he will do for you. You just have to trust him, and that's the only thing I'm doing. Now, is everything absolutely perfect? No, because we're humans. Okay, so nothing is absolutely perfect, and I put that on the table. But at the same time, I am thankful, right? I'm thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for my child. I'm thankful for the job he's blessed me with this year. I'm thankful for each and every, idea that he's allowed me to see come to fruition, and things like that. And the only thing that I'm doing, I have to give all glory and honor to the Lord, because at the end of the day, that's all. I'm just doing my best to put my faith and trust in him more and more and more. I've shared these things with you guys before, and I know it may sound crazy to people. Because we're going through things, and then you see the opposite. That's the other thing, too. That's another thing I was kind of noticing as I was on this, again, mental journey this morning. I was noticing that, like, there's a lot of stuff out here that gives the alternative perspective, right? Especially when it comes to marriage and dating and all this type of stuff, right? I'm sure many of us have seen the TikTok video of the lady that didn't want to get out at a cheesecake factory, for one example. And it seemed like she was with a very nice, mannerable gentleman, and everything like that. And I believe that he handled it in a beautiful way, which is unfortunate for her, because she did not handle the situation in a great way. But that's an example of, and of course the men will use that as, see, that's how women are. That's how it is, And then on the flip side, she's feeling like, well, you know, I deserve, or whatever she's feeling. So you got stuff like that out there. And then you got obviously the evil things happening in the world. I mean, you know, I haven't spoken much about it, but yes, I can acknowledge the things I'm hearing about Israel and Hamas. I might not even be saying that correctly. I don't know much about it. That's why I haven't really spoke on it or anything of that nature. But I am aware that these things are happening, right? And I'm not naive to think that, you know, it's just something that's over there that I shouldn't pay attention to or that I shouldn't acknowledge or whatever the case may be. Because, I mean, just as something is happening over there, it can easily happen in, you know, over here. So let's not, you know, let's pray for people, you know what I mean, at the end of the day and things of that nature. So we got those kind of things happening. And then we got, you know, people... You know, I came across an article this morning about, you know, a family that has lost a young family member and things like that, I guess to a shooting. I'm not too clear on everything regarding that story to go too deep about it. But, I mean, any loss of life is terrible, right? And then I did also come across another, you know, comment that someone had to say about it. I guess a young guy, might have been 16, 17, something like that, killed a 14-year-old or something along those lines. Y'all may have seen all these different type of stories in the headlines. And so to hear someone talk about the goodness of God, right? To hear someone talk about, you know, the life that God has for us and his plan and all this stuff is good, you know, it can make us doubt. It can make us worry. It can make us suspicious and things of that nature. And so I went deeper about this idea of too good to be true, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the things that the Lord has been sharing with me this morning regarding it. So I looked up the, you know, the phrase and what it meant. So this is what I came across when I looked up the phrase too good to be true. One of the definitions said, you are suspicious of it because it seems better than you had expected, and you think you think there may be something wrong with it that you have not noticed. So I'm sure we've all felt that way about something at some point in our life, man. I felt that way about my husband when I first met him. And not that I didn't think he was a good dude, but my whole thing was like, I just got out of this situation that seemed real good and it flipped. So when is the shoe gonna fall with you? And I mean, hey, it's been over 7 years now that we've been together, 7 years marriage. The shoe ain't fell yet, but I mean, still, you know, hey, look, side eye. So I say the same thing about my brother, Kelvin, the dude that's in the movie that I've been talking to y'all about. You know, every now and then I joke with him like, when you gonna leave me like them other suckers? And stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, I'm sure we all have felt that way one way or another about different things. You know, you feel like it's too good to be true. Here's another example or definition for that phrase. It says, so good that it's hard to believe, or seeming very good but not real. Yeah, I think we probably all have felt that as well. Like, you feel like, man, this is good, but is it real? You know, is this real life? You know, pinch me if it's real, right? You guys have probably felt this at some point as well. Because you could be like right in the midst. Like, I feel like that's for somebody that's like right in the midst of it and you still questioning whether it's real or not. You're like, I know I'm living this, but is this real? You know, so maybe some of us are there today, right? And one of the last things I came across that I guess, I mean, hopefully it will help us reflect on changing our minds and just changing our minds about this idea. It says this right here. It says, the old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Isn't always correct. In fact, the suspicion, cynicism, and doubt that are inherent in this belief can and does keep people from taking advantage of excellent opportunities. So if you need an excuse or a reason to give up that idea of things being too good to be true for you to have, do, or be, or whatever the case may be, then this is a reason to give it up. At the end of the day, the more you hold on to that suspicion and cynicism and things like that, then the more you're like forfeiting that great good thing for you in your life. And, you know, and I get it. That might be hard to do because you might, you know, you just have your guard up, right? You're just like, man, you know, I've been hurt trying to be vulnerable before, or whatever it may be, right? But at the end of the day, I hope that this encourages you and inspires you to give faith a try, right? And it's not faith in you, right? It's not faith in the other person or anything like that. Put your faith and trust in the Lord, because He will not fail you. And here's the thing. Here's the thing I think we should understand about that. It's that, like, God knows all, right? And so at the end of the day, what we might think is good, or our desires, or whatever it might be, it may not be God's will for you, right? And that's okay. We got to learn to be okay with what God's plan is versus our own. Like, well, we got to get out of the idea of, well, this is what I thought was good. Listen, a lot of the things that you guys, again, are seeing from me today are things where it's like, I might have thought it would have been good to be this way or a different way. And God is showing it to be good in a totally different way. And I'm learning, right, to be okay with God's way. At the end of the day, His way ain't going to be better than my way anyway. I mean, listen, I'm just saying, if you guys want to receive, and if you see anything good in me that you guys want to glean from, or whatever the case may be, if you're like, man, she in a winning season, she doing this, she doing that, so God be the glory. At the end of the day, like, all I can say that I'm doing is putting faith and trust in the Lord and making moves and doing, and going through doors that are open. That's it. There ain't nothing else special about me. You know what I'm saying? And I think if a lot of people would be honest about that, then maybe more people will receive this information and start to trust God more with their lives. Because, I mean, on the flip side, sometimes people just, they want to go and they want to, I guess sell their whatever and make it be like, oh yes, I can teach you what I did to get where I'm at. And yeah, I could do that. But a lot of my journey, it just pretty much led me back to Christ. And I'm just being honest about that. So y'all ain't even got to buy my book to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell y'all that every day. If you want to buy the book and read and all this type of stuff, cool. You know what I mean? It's there and available. I hope that it helps and encourages and blesses those that need it, right? But at the end of the day, I don't got to sell that or package that or put that in a jar and try to market that at the end of the day. Like, at the end, it's what your pastor tell you every day, or every Sunday. It's what I sit here and try to tell y'all every day on the juice. Like, at the end of the day, the more I put my faith and trust in the Lord, and lean on Him, depend on Him to provide and to lead me and guide my steps and all these different type of things. These is where the doors be opening, and next thing I know, there's another vision or idea that He gave me years ago coming to fruition, and that's it. That's it. So. Now, here's something I came across this morning that, for those, because again, I know there's those that struggle and they're cynical of the whole thing. Like, is God good? Is there good in the world? Can I have good? Can I be good? All those different things. There are those type of people. But then there's those type of people that, I guess, are afraid of their potential and their greatness, and being that good, great person that God created them to be. That's what you're afraid of. And that's what makes it too good to be true. Because you don't think, man, like, who am I to have and be and do that? So if that's you today, I came across something that apparently this is what this is called, the Jonah complex. I didn't realize that this is what this was called until I started to go deeper. I tried to find a quote, and I did. But I was trying to find a particular quote, and I came across this. It's called the Jonah complex. Do you have the Jonah complex today? If you do, I hope that I can help shake some stuff up in your life that you can, put that aside and start to, again, walk into your purpose and things of that nature. This is what the Jonah complex says. It says, the fear of success or the fear of being one's best. This fear prevents self-actualization or realization of one's own greatness. The invasion of one's destiny. The evasion of one's destiny, or the avoidance of exercising one's talents. Is that you today? Are you avoiding exercising your talents? Are you evading your destiny because you're afraid of your greatness, right? You're afraid of the life that God has for you. You're afraid of those things He's calling you to do and things of that nature. Like, are you Jonah today? Do you have the Jonah complex? I came across the quote that I was looking for, and it turned out to be from Marianne Williamson. I'm only going to read like one snippet of the quote, and you guys might know it. It's a very famous quote. My deep dive today led me to find that people mistakenly think that this is a quote from Nelson Mandela, but it's not. It's from Marianne Williamson. And it's the Our Deepest Fear quote. It says this is the part I'm going to share with you guys right now. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. You guys can go on your own and find that poem and read it in its entirety because it's good, But is that you today? Is your deepest fear? You see it. God is giving you the vision. He's giving you the what he done laid the plan out in front of you. He told me years ago, writer, producer. It's he told me all those things years ago, and I did avoid it for a while. When I kept hearing and seeing writer or producer, I kept thinking, oh, I'm just an actor. I just want to perform. Shying away from the greatness, right? Shying away from the calling on your life and things of that nature. If that's you today, I hope and pray that you lay that down. Because at the end of the day, we weren't made to, again, be afraid or live in fear or things of that nature. And if God says that you can do whatever it is, then you can do it. You have whatever you need inside of you. And again, hey, I'm a living witness, man, of what just a little step of faith can do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some Bible though, because y'all probably like, look, you done did this whole juice and you ain't gave no Bible yet. Well, here goes some Bible. James 1:17. It says, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. At the end of the day, again, every good and perfect gift comes from the Lord. So whatever that good and perfect gift in you, it's good, it's perfect, and you can walk in it. That's what you was created to do. Again, we talked about this yesterday, I think. Like, there's only one you, friend. He knows you. He made you unique, beautifully and wonderfully made. You don't have to shy away from your greatness. It's better for you to walk in your greatness because it's needed. Your greatness is needed for the next person and whoever else connected to them. Like, for me, that's an encouraging thing to hear. Like, back in the day when I kept seeing the quote over and over again, like, someone somewhere is waiting for you to do what God has told you to do, or whatever the case may be, whatever that quote is, that encouraged me to get on my job. That encouraged me to get in position. Now, I know that might not be encouraging for everybody. That might be something to be like, ooh, people, it's attached to me and my blessings, but friend, I guess that's one thing, and this is a conversation I was having yesterday with the gentleman that was on my show, is that, like, at the end of the day, like, we're all connected. And he brought up an amazing point that I guess I'm supposed to give y'all in this moment, and that is, even if the richest of the rich was to go into, outer space or whatever, and take all their riches and have all the things they need to, sustain, whatever the case may be, they still be connected to all of us on here on Earth. Because we're all connected in that way. I believe that, that probably coincides with the way God, made us relational and made us to fellowship and things of that nature. Like, none of us are, they say, no man's an island and things of that nature. So, yeah, so don't be afraid of the calling, y'all. Yes, it may, indeed, be connected to someone else's and their gift and calling and things of that nature. And, we shouldn't take that lightly, is what I'm saying. So instead of running away, it's just better thing to do and to walk in it. But let's give y'all some more Bible. We got let me see. Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and hope." You know, these are the plans he has for us, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, again, we may struggle with the trust. We may think, man, that's too good to be true. Like, that can't be for me, or whatever it is. You know, we may struggle with those thoughts, but you guys can rebuke the devil. You guys can walk in your calling, walk in those blessings, walk in that, I guess, authority and everything like that, and do what it is he called you to do. Because, I mean, if you're struggling again with those gifts and you're like, man, why would God give me that? Or, well, you know, is that good for me? Like, you know, like maybe I could have looked back in the day, like, is being a writer good for me? You know, is producing actually good for me? Well, this is what Matthew 7:11 says. It says, "If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, however more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him." So, friends, I mean, there you go. I hope that it can be encouraging and inspiring you today. You know, it's not too good to be true. You can have, do, and be whatever God says you can have, do, and be. And I guess that's the juice this morning. Now, the Bible verse of today is Psalm 19:1. It says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." Friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Before I let you go, I have to let you know that I am now a brand ambassador for BoldFaithCosmetics.com, where faith and beauty intersect. Friends, they have the awesome purpose of wanting to just bring inspiration through makeup. I think that is amazing. I hope that you all check out their awesome lip colors and so much more. So visit BoldFaithCosmetics.com and use the coupon code MIRACLE for 15% off. That's MIRACLE for 15% off.
If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out.